These are the issues of our day. These are the things that must be meted out in a public forum, and a decision must be made. And you can submit your dumb debates anytime. It does not have to be inside a certain window. This isn't like voting. We only get from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. This is like write-in voting, where it can happen any day of the week. You just get your ballot. Now, we don't send you a ballot. You have to actually submit it to us.
And it's not that hard.
It's not that hard.
Hashtag dumb debates.
Maybe we should send out a ballot. Dumb to ballot.
And just like voting in some places, you can do it multiple times.
You can do it multiple times. Right. We love dumb debates questions from our regulars.
Yes, because sometimes they're the best.
Yeah.
Use the hashtag dumb debates if you're on the JTech Construction Zone Twitter page at USC 1620, or just put dumb debates in the subject line when you send us your email into the Equitable Bank inbox, John at 1620thezone.com or Josh at 1620thezone.com.
Like this one you mentioned, you can send it any time. This one was sent 2 days ago on November the 11th from Sean. Your favorite NFL team has two quarterbacks, and you must start one of these two in a playoffs or bust scenario. Who are you choosing? Daniel Jones or Cooper Rush? This is an easy one.
Daniel Jones.
Yeah, it's definitely Daniel Jones.
Because Daniel Jones is...
He's won a playoff game.
He can't make the Dolphins worse.
He could run for 70 yards.
He could. That's the thing with him. He has some mobility to it. He's got a little scoot to his game. Cooper Rush has zero
that
scoot.
said, if you gave me the options of Cooper Rush or Dak Prescott, then the answer is Cooper.
Then I know what you would do, John. Then I know what you would do, you absolute monster.
Sipple's lost tea. It's been a while.
Oh, I didn't realize Sipple's lost tea was still out there.
He's still a thing, and he's still a lost tea.
And spectacular.
If prunes are dried fruit.
Yep.
Then where do we get prune juice, considering the prune is dehydrated?
Well, a prune is a dried plum specifically, right?
Correct. It's a dehydrated plum. This is a great point by Sipple's Lost Tea. It's not like do we drink raisin juice?
Well, could you puree?
I don't know, do we?
Could you puree?
I've never heard of raisin juice.
It looks like it's a thing.
It is?
Raisin juice are raisins that have been soaked overnight so they become plump and juicy, then pulped or mashed so they release their delicious flavors.
I mean, Nick, I think
raisin
you're right.
juice write that?
You know, you're
big raisin juice.
Wow, here's a dumb debate. From Reddit, if we have prune juice, why don't we have raisin juice? John, I thought you said you hated Reddit, and here you are. Is this your account? Anum_Kara?
You got me.
Nailed it.
Got me.
You got me. So wait, what was the original
Hashtag
question here?
RIP Walter White.
What was the original question here?
Where do we get prune juice from, considering the prune is dehydrated?
So wait, a prune is always dehydrated?
Yeah, the prune.
A prune, it's a raisin. It's a plum raisin.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like a raisin is a grape.
I don't like prunes.
You didn't know that prunes were dehydrated?
No, honestly, I had no thoughts on prune. So a prune is a plum? What are plums?
Fruit.
I don't know.
You've never heard of a plum?
I have. I just don't know what it is.
It's just a small. It's like usually like reddish purple.
We don't have plums at my house.
It's a very juicy fruit.
Really?
Yeah.
Not to be confused with juicy fruit.
With juicy fruit to come.
Yeah, nice.
I don't know many people that eat plums.
Yeah, why don't people eat plums?
The only time I ever think of plums is when I hear, the Christmas Carol thing about plum pudding.
Yes, that's true. I don't know anything about plums otherwise.
Well, now you do. Now you know that when they're dehydrated, they're called prunes.
It's nice to learn sometimes, John. It's really nice to learn.
I mean,
Jordan says because prune juice sounds better than plum juice. That's some plum juice. That does sound gross. Isn't prune juice? That's what you drank when you got a poop?
Yeah, it helps you poop.
It helps you poop.
Does it do anything else? Is it like coffee then?
Well, because what makes you poop in coffee?
Coffee helps you poop. It gets you regular.
Is that the coffee?
It does?
Is that the caffeine in coffee that makes you poop? Or what is it about coffee that makes you poop?
Coffee doesn't help you go number two?
I'm
a very regular pooper now that I drink coffee. It's been a game changer in my life the last decade.
I never put the two together.
What? Everybody does. They drink coffee to get the bowels moving.
That's the only reason they drink coffee?
And because it also wakes you up. I love coffee. God, what a great
That would
start
explain
to the
why
day.
there's like 18 stalls in every Starbucks.
You gotta poop? You didn't know this?
No.
What? That's crazy.
I thought people drank coffee because they like the caffeine. They like the smell of the coffee.
Here's a story from the Cleveland Clinic titled, "Why Does Coffee Make You Poop?" with Dr. Christine Lee. Let's see. Oh, it's a transcript of a podcast. I'd rather listen to it than read it. Let's see. Caffeine acting as a stimulant. It does stimulate our motility, our gut functions, and therefore it does positively impact GI motility.
So you're saying that Mountain Dew has been missing an opportunity all these years to promote healthy pooping?
I think so.
So in the old Mountain Dew commercial used to go, do it to it, Mountain Dew. It should have been do it to it.
Nice.
Mountain Dew.
Not as much coffee in Mountain Dew, right? Compared to coffee?
There's no coffee in Mountain Dew.
Not as much caffeine in Mountain Dew compared to coffee, right?
I believe you're correct.
Coffee has a lot of caffeine, if I remember right.
I never put those two things together.
That's wild. So now you're going to start thinking about it all the time.
Great.
Yeah, like if I'm
sitting there drinking coffee, like, oh, I gotta poop.
You know, like I have coffee every day. The only time in which my coffee schedule is really affected is if I am traveling and I don't feel like making a pot and then cleaning it before I leave. And so then I'm like, I'll get it at the airport. But my poop schedule is always thrown off for the whole day. Yep.
And I've never thought of this.
This is wild. I figured you would have known about this.
No.
Have you seen this? Have you heard about this?
Well, speaking of poop,
Nice.
Sam said, I need your takes on this Drew McGarry fun bag topic yesterday.
Oh.
Which sport would be the most unpleasant to compete in while wearing a diaper full of poop?
Oh.
Which sport?
I miss the fun bag. I haven't read a fun bag in forever.
It's still there. He still writes it.
I thought it was like behind a paywall.
Yeah.
I ain't paying for no damn fun bag.
Let's see. I mean, swimming would be pretty gross.
That'd be nasty.
Because we weighing you down.
Yeah.
Well, football, if somebody tackles you the wrong way, it'll be like a gusher.
Yeah, but
Well,
people,
see,
people have played with poop
Now,
in their
there
pants.
are sports that it would be more uncomfortable for others if you were playing with a diaper full of poop, namely
Like,
football.
Yeah, there was a
Especially
football player.
if you are a team that goes under center a lot.
Who was it the other day? There was a player in the NFL this weekend who it looked like he had pooped his pants.
Well, that was just the whole Cowboys.
Damn it. Who was that?
I
There
don't
was
know.
somebody,
Yeah,
he
I
had
don't
white
know.
pants on, and it looked like he had crapped himself. And now I can't remember
Yeah, I
which of
don't
the
know.
games that I
Not
watched this
sure.
weekend. Swimming would seem to be difficult just because of the weighing.
Yes,
weighing
definitely. But
Horse
this is
riding?
But this is unpleasant.
Well, that would suck for the horse.
Unpleasant. Well, a lot of times the jockeys kind of in that standing crouch.
I guess that's true. Yeah. Yeah. You're not really, your ass isn't.
I think basketball would be one because you're
Oh,
doing
yeah.
a lot of move. I mean, you're
Especially if your
you're
shorts
moving
accidentally get
all
pulled
around.
down, that happens a lot.
Plus the rugby, like all that.
I have been calling Creighton games for the last 12 years. I've never seen anyone get their shorts pulled down on the floor.
Who was it? Derrick Henry's
How can you
ass.
see past Coach Mack?
That's a good point, John. Derrick Henry's butt was shown on primetime on Thursday because his
Oh.
pants got pulled down. Yeah.
Did it reveal a diaper full of poop?
No, there was not a diaper full of poop.
Hmm.
Oh, man, I just had the answer to this question, and now I can't remember what it was. Oh, no. Okay, so you had children. What do you have to put on them so they don't get a rash? Like baby powder,
Well,
right?
there's like some
So
baby
think about-
talcum powder.
So think about
powder
that. So
stuff,
you
yeah.
got poop in your pants and you're running around. The rash on the kibbles and bits would just be plus it'd be all over the place. That it would be gross.
What about stock car racing? Because you
Well,
would
I
have
mean,
to
they already
sit with
do
it.
that,
It
don't
gets
they?
really hot in those cars.
Yes.
They
Yeah.
already do
that
that,
would
though.
be very unpleasant because you got the heat
You got the
And-
G-forces.
and that will help with the smell.
Yeah.
And you've got a helmet on.
The fire suit.
And so
it's
once it gets
trapped.
into the system, it's just like you can't get rid of it.
Uh-huh.
A text from a guest beyond the grave, a former friend of the Grum. Olympic wrestling would be pretty unpleasant.
Oh.
That's gnarly. Good to hear from you.
But
person beyond the grave.
again, would that be most uncomfortable for the participant or the person they're competing against?
Mustache Adam says running a marathon would be pretty darn uncomfortable. Thank
Because-
you for thinking about the runners.
Yeah, but we said sport.
Wow.
But going back to wrestling,
Yeah.
I think that would be an advantage for the wrestler who had a poopy diaper.
Would it?
Well, sure, because the other guys got to grab you around that area. And they got to
man, a handful of garbage.
exactly.
Oh,
I think
look
that
at
would.
these plums.
I
No,
thi-
wait.
I think. I mean, I'm not saying it would not be uncomfortable for the wrestler with the poopy diaper, but I would think it would be even more advantageous psychologically.
Yeah.
If the guy was reaching around knowing that, he's trying to, get you in a leg lock and all of a sudden it's like he feels that squish.
Let's
And he knows that squish ain't his bits.
Let's flip this around. What sport do you think it wouldn't benefit? It wouldn't benefit you, but is the least bothersome if you would poop yourself? I'm going to say baseball.
Why?
You can poop yourself and play
you
baseball.
Still got to run, though.
Yeah, you could poop yourself
Imagine
and play
sliding
baseball.
into second.
Not in those Nike pants. Everyone would see it.
If you slide, though, people...
Can you imagine that Fabergé egg show? Hey, who's probably got, my shoulder hurts again because I
World
slid.
Series champion Fabergé egg.
Sliding in, and all of a sudden he just feels that gush.
Maybe people will think
sloshing
it's
around
the
in his-
dirt, though, John. Oh, he's got dirt on his pants because he slid.
By the way, Star Wars Team points out, Nick, you've been playing the wrong kind of basketball. Yeah, you think people's pants are falling down every 5
Every
minutes.
basketball game I've ever played, all of our pants got taken off. I don't know what you
kind
guys
of
are.
basketball are you playing?
Yeah,
Very
exactly.
normal
Pervert
basketball.
basketball.
Very normal
Steven
basketball.
points out cycling.
Yeah.
Those seats are uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I hate those seats.
Oh, yeah.
Well, there's a lot of cycling, though, where
yeah.
it's similar to the horse jockeying, where they're not really sitting down.
Yeah, but that
You can run
guess
down
that's a
your
good point.
leg.
By the way,
true.
Connor Happer's chimed in. Yet again, listening to my dear friends on Unsportsmanlike Comics while hashtag fighting traffic to get downtown for an 8 p.m. tip-off. Pleased to hear them talking about the great subject of poop. This is why we are here for the friends of the grub.
We are here for you.
Aaron of Papillion writes, is there an item or product that you seem to collect for no particular reason? As an example, I helped a friend of mine move a few years ago. When I helped them pack, they had a dozen bottles of the same maple syrup. I asked why, and they just always say they are running out and just grabbed it when at the store. They didn't seem to use syrup any more than usual. Do you have any items that you just have a random amount of?
It's usually some kind of canned items like canned vegetables or soup. It's usually stuff like that.
Yeah.
We've been a little bit better at that. There has been less soup brought into the house, and usually the canned vegetables get used because they go into Wrigley's food.
I have a lot of I have a cork board that hangs above my desk, and I like hang up stuff on there. I have like a variety of media passes from this last year, for example. But whenever somebody like writes me a note, I keep it and I hang it up. So like, Riss wrote me a really nice note at some point over the last year. And I was like, you know what? I want to have this one. I didn't want to put it away. I wanted to hang that. But I also have something from my dad from like 20 years ago. I have like a list of goals. John's bored out of his mind about this emotional discussion. I got something from Home Field Apparel, and they were like, hey, here you go. Oh, he's writing me a note.
On a similar vein, mine are cards. Birthday cards, Christmas cards, thank you cards. I feel bad throwing those away because people spent the time to do that for you.
We reach that point every January or February where it's like, do we really need these holiday cards anymore, or should we just throw them away? Adam chimes in, floss. No idea why we buy so much floss.
I
always feel like we're running out of floss.
I've been using those little floss pick things. I like those a lot.
I don't.
More than regular
I
floss.
like regular floss because it's like thicker and does a better job. I always floss my teeth after I eat chips.
That's probably good.
Yeah, because then I'm like, oh, wow, look at all these chips.
I need to do it after meat, like chicken.
Oh, yeah.
Like the shredded kind of. What are you doing, John? Are you going
He's writing me a note.
Are you going to read this to us?
Jordan writes, contact lens cases. That's a reminder that John should get out his glasses. Tony says, cup from Memorial Stadium. We used to do that, and my mom got really annoyed that we had like 1,000 souvenir cups for no reason.
I want this note now to be hanging in your... Josh, you are ugly, so GD ugly. Your teeth are distracting, and as always, the Cowboys suck ass.
I will not. I'm going to use that. I'm going to burn it and use it for warmth.
John, I like your handwriting.
For the winter.
That's the first time I have written something like at length.
Somewhat in cursive?
Yeah.
Check out the JTech Constructions on Twitter feed as well, folks.
Yeah. Nice.
Wow, thank you, John. We're not allowed to hang things up in the studio anymore, else I'd put this right here.
That'd be an excellent addition to the Wall of Random.
Remember the Wall of Random?
R.I.P. the Wall of Random.
Wall of Random.
I miss it.
So many cool things on the Wall of Random.
Multiple Bo audio questions coming in.
Of course there are.
The first one is just this. Was Bo right?
Oh.
I think I meant about the fans.
In hindsight.
Was Bo right?
I'm inclined to say yes, but that's just because I'm a hater and I've met a lot of really annoying Nebraska fans.
Time has treated him well.
Star Wars Fiend.
Given what's happened around here.
Star Wars Fiend says, good grum, gentlemen. You just came into the Bo Pelini audio tape, but it comes with a price. You can either sell the tape for $1 million. My emphasis, not his. But you will always be on the run. and will have to be estranged
Bo?
from all friends
No, the snail.
and family, or you keep the tape a secret and bury it, and at some point in your life, you're blessed with great fortune. The catch, you do not know what the good fortune or when the good fortune will arrive or what it is, and it could be from anywhere from the day you hide it until the day you die. Are you running or stay?
What am I on the run from?
He says from loved ones, like apparently from the whole
you're
all
on
the Bo-leavers.
You're on the run, but then you are estranged from your friends and family. I would take it to mean you're on the run from the Bo-leavers with their pitchforks and torches.
Because my friends and family would not care if I leaked the tape. They would probably think it was funny.
No. You're estranged from them because you're on the run.
Oh, because I'm on the run.
You're on the run. They're going to murder you.
You're a cowboy on a steel horse you ride.
Exactly.
I mean, I would do the latter.
Yeah, I'll take the good fortune whenever it may come.
Yeah,
That
I like
sounds
good
when
fortune.
me.
Because maybe the good
$1 million
fortune
when you're on the run
is $1,001.
There you go. If
and
you're
I came out $1 ahead.
Hey, if you're on the run with $1 million, all you're doing is spending that money to stay hidden.
That's true.
That doesn't sound like very fun. I don't want to stay hidden for $1 million. Nah, I'm good. I like my friends.
Yeah, that's not worth it. You'd spend all your money? You'd have to get like an alias. What kind of a job would you have?
What if you just
then eventually someone would recognize you, and then you have to go on the run again?
Facial
You're like the damn
reconstruction
fugitive.
surgery.
That would
cost
$1
million.
How much does that cost? Like $500,000?
You're freaking Richard Kimball, man. And you don't have the
I
smarts
don't
to
care.
be a doctor.
I think you could probably change your face for less than $500,000.
Can you?
I would think so.
Not for
Josh
a good
changed
doctor.
his face when he lost that bet, and we still recognized him. Why? Because of the teeth.
Now, all Josh has to do is shave.
Yeah, and then I'm a different person. Like, who's that guy?
Why
But
does that
look
guy
at
have
his
such big teeth?
They're so
Are you
massive.
the wolf?
Yeah.
Declan writes,
Hey, Declan.
bigger red flag, overgrown fingernails or overgrown toenails?
Toenails.
Fingernails.
How do you know the toenails are overgrown if you don't see them?
Well, when I see overgrown toenails, I'm like, that's gross.
That's because feet are gross, though. Feet are just inherently gross.
Unless you're into feet.
But overgrown fingernails, like, I hope that person doesn't have a significant other because they'll be scratching them all the time.
Whenever I see overgrown fingernails, I just think they're into drugs.
Also, all the dirt that gets caked, like, if they keep them clean, sure.
Yeah.
But all the dirt that would get caked under there and other things.
I think it's the overgrown fingernails, again, because you can see them. They're always exposed. It'd be distracting.
Yeah.
You ever read the, well, maybe you didn't because, everything was online for you youngins, but if you were bored and you just needed something to read, like when you're in the car and you have the Guinness Book of World Records, you just flip through it.
We had those.
And there was the dude with the gnarly fingernails that curled
That's what I was
all
thinking of
around.
when you were reading the question was the guy with the long fingernails.
Yeah.
That stuff's nice.
That freaks me out. The thing is,
Also,
the
it
overgrown
hurt.
toenails, unless the person's just going to wear open-toed shoes, at some point they'd have to take care of them because you're not going to, get bigger shoes.
You got to walk.
Yeah, you got to be able to walk.
Feet are just kind of inherently gross. Like, even if the feet are taken care of, I still don't necessarily want to see feet. But like overgrown fingernails, you can control that. It's only gross if they're too long, but if you maintain, it's fine.
Well, you can maintain both. I mean, you can use their toenail clippers. Pretty easy. Now, this question would be answered much differently if Rex Ryan were here on the show.
Big feet guy, Nick. Huge feet guy.
He is. Big feet guy.
You think Bigfoot has a foot fetish?
That's a great question, Nick. That's a good dumb debates question. Trying to see if there's any that we missed from last week.
Well, here's one. This is going back about 2 months. I don't know if we did this one, so if we did, we'll just scratch it. Who would win? Now, this was back when the rumors had it.
Rumor had it
that Brittany Mahomes and T Swift were on the outs. Now, apparently, they're like shaking hands emoji. Mostly because Brittany's happy because her person won the election. Taylor's did not. But anyway, who would win in an MMA style fight? Brittany Mahomes or Taylor Swift?
Oh, yeah, I think we did do this.
Yeah, I think we settled on Brittany Mahomes because Brittany Mahomes is scrappy.
Yeah. There ain't no way in.
She we
did that one.
Poor longer.
Yes.
Yeah, so I think if you're poor longer, you
know how to
can
fight.
Yeah.
You learn how to fight.
Yeah.
You learn how to fight. Well, here's one kind of appropriate for today as Coach Mack goes for Dana Altman's record from Rick. You get to organize the press conference for Nebraska's new AD. What oddly uncomfortable Nebraska sports thing would you make that coach do? Such examples as Dana's pig suey call or Trev's crotch dance?
Listen to the audio tape.
Wait, what is Trev's crotch dance?
I don't know.
What is this? What?
I don't know.
So wait, we're making the coach do this?
Yeah. So
to prove fealty to the program?
Yeah.
Great question.
I would make him listen to the audio tape.
As what not to do?
Yeah.
In front of the entire media contingent.
Yep. I would just play it in front of everybody.
That would be legitimately hilarious. If you're like, now you have to listen to the audio tape with all.
I mean, Nebraska, the one, and I guess some people think it's annoying, is the "Go Big Red, Go Big Red."
Yeah, that is pretty annoying.
Because that's
a good
pretty
call,
much.
It was really annoying if it's a ringtone for some people. You could hear it from across the building.
Oh my gosh.
Wearing a corn head.
That'd be pretty embarrassing if you were an AD or if you were a new coach.
What are some other oddly specific
corn head.
Nebraska things?
What if they dun, 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 what if they did do that?
Yeah, I guess.
Did name all the Heisman Trophy winners. What are the things that we love our coaches doing around here? I don't know. I feel like things are changing. It's not as much like, suck up to the history as it used to be.
Joe Matt Rule does a pretty good job of it.
Yeah, he just does it because that's his natural state of being.
Sure.
Are you calling Matt Rule a suck up?
Well, a little bit. In terms of that stuff, he is.
I don't know if he's sucking up. I think he appreciates the history.
Yeah, for sure.
When he was at Carolina, did he suck up to the history of the Panthers?
Yeah, he was probably like, man, remember Kerry Collins when he went to the NFC Championship game in 1996? And they were like, yeah, barely, but sure. Thanks, coach. Sam writes, the reason why the Dana Pick-Suey thing is so funny is it runs counter to every understated Midwestern bone in his body. Yeah, that was incredible.
Well,
and he came back to Creighton.
It also it's just so not Dana.
It's so weird. So weird.
It just
and that's
wasn't.
John's conference. Those are John's people. I mean, I guess Fremont, Fayetteville. I can see it.
We got a lot of great traditions in our conference. A lot of great conference, like winning football.
Oh, interesting.
Great football,
hey, John.
Turning out NFL players on the reg.
Hey, John, which conference has the defending national champion again in football? Which league is that?
That didn't cheat? The SEC.
Which league has the defending national champion, Nick?
SEC.
Oh, that's right. It's Michigan from the Big Ten.
The big cheaters.
Plus, they have the better commercial. I want to live forever.
It is a better
No,
commercial.
that is a dumb commercial.
It's a great song.
You know what the SEC's commercial is?
A fart.
It's just a guy. It's just a guy walking up to his screen and throwing up the finger and saying, "Take that, Big Ten, you suck."
It's a guy punching a baker in the face. I hate your cupcakes.
Zach says, make the coach walk to the podium and yell, "Stand up and shout!" That would be awesome.
All right, there you go. There you go.
It's game time.
I think we found it.
Stand up. It's game time.
What if he had to throw the bones and then Jack was there to judge if he threw the bones properly?
No, the 3-and-out bones. He just throws the 3-and-out bones.
Yep.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, because
like
Jack Mitchell will be out on that coach. Lickety split.
Mm-hmm.
Be like, this coach is dumb. Can't do that.
Cracky says
3-and-out.
Eating a runza in red striped overalls while listening to the Killigans.
That is very specific and very good. That's a very good one. And then everyone can boo the
All
song
of those things
sucks.
are perfectly
that song.
acceptable in decent society, especially eating the runza and listening to the Killigans.
What if he had to sing the Big Ten commercial song? I want to live forever. Buy a boat out in the sea.
It's the dumbest damn thing.
It's
It's such a good
It is
song.
the
People
dumbest
like it, so
thing that
John
people like.
dislikes
the
it.
conference that
everyone hated it.
that ruined college sports by just, hey, let's just blow up the Pac-12.
If everybody
Let's just
else
blow up everything, and now you're going to celebrate
If
it.
everybody else hated it, he'd be like, this song rules.
They didn't blow up the Pac-12, John. The teams chose to leave the Pac-12.
The teams left behind the bomb.
There's nothing stopping a team like Creighton from joining the Pac-12.
Yeah, John, there's nothing stopping them. Except for
How
not
about the
having
fact
football.
that the Pac-12 doesn't exist?
That too. They also need a football program, Nick.
That would help.
Bring it back.